Right, what's going on, people? So, I'm here to do the Pisces and Cancer dating a Cancer woman part 2. So, my apologies to everyone, including the Cancer women that have been subscribed to the channel. I'm pretty sure that you've seen me attempt to do this before, maybe even a couple of times. Some of you actually seen one of the videos that I did on Pisces man, Cancer woman. Sometimes there's either glitches or there's the way that I delivered the information, which makes it, I guess you could say, controversial in a sense, and that is because this deals with psychic activity. So this is for the psychic lovers. This is just for the psychic people, period, who are in tune with each other. And sometimes you just don't know how to communicate what it is that you're going through. So this is my experience of dating the Cancer women. So this may sound a bit offbeat to the norm, I guess, but not that this channel is the norm anyway, but you get what I'm saying, like the usual, hey, yeah, I'm dating this woman, I'm dating that woman. We're not going out to have croissants and tea and stuff like that. Not here. All right, so this is what I need to say right now. The reason why I'm able to speak like this in these terms of psychic energy and stuff like that, well, first of all, I've had psychic attacks. A few psychic attacks dealing with Cancer woman. Hi, Cancer woman, whoever you are out there. Now, this is for the Pisces and the Cancers that are listening. I'm pretty sure, even if you're together, even if you're living together, I'm pretty sure you guys have dreams about each other. Whether you discuss them with each other or not, I don't know. I'm none the wiser, but maybe you should discuss it. Maybe you should not. What I'm going to say is I usually don't discuss them. It's probably for my best interests. So I say that to say this: I've been having psychic attacks. It's been going on for some time now. And the reason why I'm prepared, or the reason why I'm able to still use discernment when it comes to these psychic attacks and not be weirded out by them to the point of, being distraught or being, victimized, is because of this. It's because of this. See, this is basically takes all of the fluoride out of my water, takes the chemicals and the metals out of my water. Actually just got finished looking at the ionizer for the faucets around here and stuff like that. So, I make my own deodorant. I got special toothpaste, stuff like that. You understand what I'm talking about? Without that, I would be subject to being docile. I'd be subject to the highly influential tactics that are used by the entities that are trying their hardest to get me together with Cancer woman. Primarily, what I've come to find out is the primary reason for me to get with Cancer woman, not only because of a particular asteroid that is in my natal chart. I've seen that. I'll speak about that in another time, maybe on part 3 of dating a Cancer woman, but not now. But not that. The primary reason is because I know, wealthy Cancer women. I know some ones that are not too wealthy either, but they're either on their way or that's what they think about all the time. You understand what I'm saying? But for the most part, I know wealthy Cancer women. So the primary reason for influencing me or attempting to influence me is because they want me to get with the Cancer woman like that. So we're talking probably marriage here. We're talking, if not marriage, to be exclusively together to the point where I get tunnel vision and I kind of stray away from any other women that I deal with. You understand what I'm talking about? So where it's just the primary focus is on that one Cancer woman. Now, the tactics used by this entity, I'm going to call them an entity right now, right? The tactics used by this entity is very persuasive, even subtle, sometimes cunning, to the point where, again, if I wasn't healthy enough to use my own discernment, and discernment I mean by able to make my own decisions and come to my own conclusions and form my own opinions, this would be almost yeah, go do that. If I was to explain to you these types of dreams, especially Cancer women, if you hear them, you'd probably be like, why not? Because there's so much up your alley. And I say that because in the solar chart, this is really heavily based on our solar charts as well. Natal charts, I don't really see in the bigger scheme of this when it comes to what I'm talking about. But Cancer in the solar chart is supposed to benefit personally from the glamorous life, or should I say the entertaining life, the drama stage, the stage of gaming and speculative matters and stuff like that, because it's 2 houses over from the sign of Cancer, right? It's where that house is, the house of Leo, the sign of Leo. So I understand where your stance is, Cancer woman, of wanting the best things that life can afford, you know, the palaces, the trips around the world, the whatever it is that you want at your fingertips, but also the drama, the highlight and emphasis of that comes with that, right? Being known, prestige, and all of that. So I get it. This is not a shot at you and your personal looks at life. You know what I mean? But there's also the solar chart, and people do have natal charts. Now, I've explained before in Secret Houses how the solar chart is very important, or even more important than the natal chart, because you have to, but the because is very strong. It's because you have to utilize the solar chart to obtain what it is that you need for your natal chart. There's really no escaping your natal chart unless, like these psychic attacks suggest, that you become under the impression that something is better, like the grass is greener over there, or something is better waiting for you should you go into this type of deal that is set up for you. Now, this deal that is set up for me, shown to me by this entity plenty of times, is pretty much stating, like I said, the married life, or the, you know, the one woman life, or the, you know, things are going to be better. You probably will earn more. I've seen that as well. You know, like all of the great things of life is afforded to you now, and, you know, but my life changes in ways that I did not plan on changing. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it looks nice, it looks great. The Cancer woman is hot. Like, who wouldn't want to do this? But in the bigger scheme of things, what I would be doing is forking away my destiny and what is attributed to me, despite how long it will take. See, this entity is preying on my anxiety, or my potential anxiety. So again, if I don't take care of myself, I can become anxious, especially when seeing these things that are shown to me. Like, what, are you kidding me? Jump on that. However, patience is still virtuous, to the point where, again, I would be forking over my destiny, what my legacy has for me as a birthright. And it's even more important to speak about birthright and stuff like that, because Cancer is the sign of being patriotic. It's the sign of the patriot. You know what I'm saying? So what I would be doing by being influenced by this entity is basically tugging on the tits of the Cancer woman. You understand what I'm saying? And just basically being codependent, or being dependent on this woman to the point where, or these potential women, to the point where I kind of like excuse myself from contributing to society the way that I'm supposed to do it. You understand what I'm talking about? And it's almost like being in fear as well. It's like, yeah, just hurry up and do this, because look how green the grass is over here. If you just make these choices, or make this choice, look how much better things will be, and almost instantaneously. But there's a cowardly effect that lies there, and I'm not saying that it's better for me to be brave-hearted and potentially risk having that type of lifestyle. What I'm saying is, to me as a person, to not fork away my own destiny and my own legacy in fear of what someone projects out there to me, or some entity projects out there to me. Now, this entity is very powerful. I'm pretty sure that this has worked on other people before, because I've studied the cases or the scenarios that were shown to me in these dreams. That shows me that this has worked on people before, people in my nation, people, powerful people. It's been done before. You know what I mean? And so these guys are probably batting 1,000 when it comes to putting people together and putting them in the 23 degrees circumference of things. And I say 23 degrees because it's representative of the sign Cancer. And I'm a 22. You know what I'm saying? I'm a born 22, which means balancing things to create future is like an everyday thing of mine. You know what I mean? And soon as I make the decision, or should I make the decision rather, to pair up with Cancer woman in the way that is presented to me, I deny that. Like, I pretty much put all of my potential future stuff on the back burner. Now, who's to say that what I would be forking over is not huge in itself? You got to understand this. So when I say psychic attacks, I also mean patriotic attacks, attacking of my birthright, attacking of my lot, so to speak, of what is owed to you from being birthed here is being enfranchised, if you will, which is another story, probably another video that I'd have to make to explain that further as well. But it's just like, when you're born here, when you're brought here, you have a destiny, you have something that is allocated to you by birthright. It's found in your natal chart, you know what I mean? But as I said, these entities are trying to coerce me into getting with the Cancer woman prematurely. And trust me when I tell you, I've seen so many different scenarios of where this is like, oh, that's cute, that's great, that's fly, look at this place, look at that place, look at that place. And it's like, wow. At the same time, these are not my dreams. These are not my conscious dreams. These are subconscious possibilities. However, I'm telling you, and from further research, I've found that it's actually an entity behind this. You know, at first, when I would have so many psychic dreams, prophetic dreams, symbolic dreams, but more prophetic dreams, I used to think that, you know, they all were derived from me. They all were derived from my source of my solar code, of my binary code, if you will, my spinal code, right? However, I've come to find out from doing conscious research, like, oh, this is an entity that is actually presenting these particular scenarios to me. Why these particular scenarios to me, I will probably speak about in literature. I may put it in there when it comes to film and stuff like that, but I decided to now finally put this in a video constructed this way, because now I've learned how to balance my videos, what it is that I do behind the scenes and do professionally as well. This is what I do professionally as well, but I learned how to balance it now in a way that makes it intriguing, entertaining, and keep you on the edge to want to know what's happening next and what's occurring next. So I do want to say this about Cancer woman. Not being in the moment with me lets me know that you are more focused on the great things that life has to offer when it comes to being materialistic. And again, I'm not taking a shot at you for that. Like I said, 2 houses over from your natural house and the solar chart, that's what's for you. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, it disturbs my flow of motion. It disturbs the Piscean, be in the moment. You know, I don't care how you look or necessarily what you have. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to speak to you or to see you or to discuss possibly some things that can bring both of us clarity. You understand what I'm saying? But then again, as I said before in the beginning of this video, perhaps you shouldn't discuss your dreams with each other. Discussing dreams with people takes a stronger, sharper sense of intuition. It's just something that you gutly feel like, okay, I could share this dream with this person. It's just something that you know. Sometimes it just may not be. You know what I'm saying? So the reason why I haven't discussed in detail what I'm talking about with Cancer woman like this is because the more I wait, as I said before, patience is virtuous. I'm being shown more scenarios, and I'm actually getting glimpses into what you're doing with life as well. You know what I'm saying? And in order for you to advance into my plan of action or what is allocated to me, to my patriotic birthright, then you have to do some more soul searching and would actually have to succumb to more of what I'm doing. You understand what I'm talking about? And as I said before, this entity is very strong. This entity is very persuasive as saying, hey, look, man, you just need the girl. Go get the girl. You know, that's part of the game, right? You get the girl and you ride off into the sunset or whatever the case may be. Me, personally, I have a different agenda, so to speak. And one that I don't feel like basically talking about and defining as an end result, because that takes the fun out of everything. You know what I'm saying? But this is pretty much what I got for y'all. Do I want to say anything? Want to add anything on to that? No, but as I said before, you would have to advance in a certain way that lets me know that you're succumbing more to my way of thinking and my way of moving. So I know this sounds possibly narcissistic or maybe even like a dictator or whatever the case may be, but men have dicks. So yeah, that's what I got for y'all. Until next time, I'm out, y'all.